Dear commanders on the ground, in the past days, I gave an extensive interview on the importance of the stabilization plan. The stabilization plan is a counter to Cameroon's destabilization. The stabilization plan is a strategy to stabilize the ungovernable spaces created by the demise of Cameroon. The stabilization plan is a plan that projects certainty, power, and confidence in the way we conduct our liberation struggle. I am glad to see that there is increased collaboration amongst you, the fighters on the ground. You have to continue in that spirit. You have to make sure you increase your collaboration in areas of intelligence sharing, offensive and defensive operations, and other actions. It is only by projecting power and improving on these networks of collaboration that we can undermine the ability of the enemy to use enablers and defectors to infiltrate behind our lines and take out commanders. In the coming days, we will be increasing our budget to ensure that we can support forces, even those that do not fight under the command structure of the Ambazonian Defense Forces. No bloc must be weakened. As I advised my Defense and War Council yesterday, a weakened bloc stretches the Ambazonian Defense Forces to ensure the protection of that bloc. Any bloc weakened gives Cameroon the opportunity to infiltrate, establish itself, and use that bloc as an operations center to attack other blocs. That is why we must ensure that every bloc within the Ambazonian territory is strengthened. I want to appeal to each and every one of you to be focused in asserting your right to self-determination by the use of force. This does not in any way negate our preparedness and our commitment to an internationally supervised negotiation to end Cameroon's tenure within our land. At a time when the international community is poised, there is no bragging right out there to tell who you met in Cameroon, which butcher you dine with. The only bragging right we have is to be able to demonstrate our ability to defend the lives of our people, protect the independence that was restored, and to ensure we end Cameroon's impunity within our homeland. That is the central focus of my leadership. And I hope to God Almighty that all of you will remain as doggedly focused to this agenda as possible. That is the only way you free a homeland. That is the only way you deter the impunity of the occupier. And that's the only way you demonstrate strength to be able to assure friends and enemies that you are ready to sacrifice for your country. My fellow countrymen and women, as I said in New York a couple of years back, a liberation struggle is not a walk in the park. We've come thus far through struggle, through resistance, through collective sacrifice, and we must maintain that status to ensure that we can write the history of Cameroon in our land in the shortest time possible. On the 27th, we will be launching officially phase 2 of the stabilization. It is a strategic plan that will stabilize the liberation phase and ensure that those who will bat for us at the level of the international community have the backing in terms of forward movement in our agenda for liberation. For all those who continue to parade the dead bodies of our fighters, remember this: the Ambazonian people will not have a Truth and Reconciliation Committee. You will be held accountable. We are a generation that never forgets. For the pain you've imposed, for the sacrilege, for trampling on our sacred places, for humiliating even the dead bodies of our people, decapitating our civilians, instituting rape as a systematic policy of terror to deter our people, burning down our villages and making our people homeless, displacing millions of our people, girls and women giving birth in the bushes, indiscriminately arresting our boys, disappearing our young men, murdering our patriots. We will resist you until your tenure in Ambazonia comes to an end. This is a pledge we have made to those who have died, to families who've lost loved ones, to all those who have imbued pain and tragedy for the past 60 years. This is a pledge we've made to our forebears who tried desperately to coexist with you, were humiliated and murdered. This is a pledge we make to all oppressed people across our shores. God bless Ambazonia.